extreme weather warning, not actually already happening. So Epiphany goes out, make a 7/7 shark. Gross, right? Triome and play, sure. Take our hit. This is like super duper lethal. Alren goes out again. Another shark. And we take our hit. Easy. Hey, like this video right now. All right. Thank you so much. Welcome back, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and goblins, however you self-identify. I'm Hello Good Game, and I'll be your host today along this extreme weather warning that we have. Jeskai colors, a control deck, the perfect storm, utilizing some of my favorite new cards in Kaldheim. This is maybe my favorite deck this set. You guys are in for a treat. I'm having so much fun today, and I know you will as well. So thank you all for your time and attention, whether this is your first video or you've been part of the Wolf Gang for a while. I appreciate you and every individual second that you choose to support me with. Let's get into the deck and take a look. Alrighty then. Extreme Weather Warning is the name of the game. 4.0 average converted mana cost. This is a heater. We have 9 creatures in deck, 27 non-creatures, 24 basic lands, with a few MDFCs to round things out, bringing us to a total of 27 potential land. Let's talk about the deck a little bit before we get into the strategies and synergies, the deck list, all of that stuff. You really are looking to outlast and outvalue your opponent as you would with any control deck. This is done through 2-for-1, draw engine, what we would generally classify things as virtual card advantage. Potentially playing cards that aren't in your hand is a great way to do this as well. And this deck has it all. We have adventure spells that will, have an instant or sorcery and a creature in them. That's just general card advantage right there. We have a multitude of draw engines in the deck. We're utilizing a full sideboard to pull from with the Raven's Warning, which is one of my favorite cards in Kaldheim so far. We also have Whirlwind of Thought as a draw engine. Again, every time we play basically anything in our deck that's non-creature, which as we've seen is the majority, we're going to be drawing more cards, right? So every time we do anything, we draw cards. Plus we have just inherent value within the cards that we are drawing. That's going to be the main idea of this deck, if you're unfamiliar, because I know as I get into the cards, it may seem confusing and overwhelming, but I hope that if I try to do a 30,000 foot view of everything before we get into it, you'll have a better understanding of things while we do break it down. Of course, I mentioned the sideboard that we're using. We pull these cards via Raven's Warning, which is great. Not only does it gain life, but it draws us cards and gets us into our sideboard and foresight of our opponent's hand, so we know what's coming down the pipeline against us. The rest of the deck is really just basic control, right? Control and value. With that out of the way, let's break down the deck, right? We'll go through the list, talk about each individual card, their strengths, their weaknesses, why they were chosen to be included in this list. Then we'll move on to the strategies, synergies, how do all of those individual cards come together to really work cooperatively and form a coherent archetype. Finally, we've got our gameplay footage breaking down all of our playlines and interactions, so you get to see the deck in action firsthand in case you're deciding whether or not to spend your wildcards on it. Finally, we've got our wrap-up thoughts, general shenanigans, just trying to have some fun at the end of each video, and I thank all of you for partaking in these videos and that. So with that out of the way, before we do get too far into it, let's talk about Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant. One of the most requested things in my comments since I've been a content creator is, what is this thing that you use and how do you use it? Well, there's great news, you guys. You can download it today for free in the description below. You can even just Google Hello Good Game Linktree, and it'll be right in my Linktree. You can find it along with all of my other up-to-date links, which is pretty cool. So you get metagame analysis, statistics for your own decks, which is pretty cool, and your opponents, which is sick. You can see what's going on there, maybe add some new friends. Your collection information. My favorite thing is the Deck Advisor, which actually analyzes your own personal collection and tells you which decks you can play. So you're not having to spend those wild cards. Quick note on that, I do have a free-to-play playlist, no rares, no mythics, and just, you know, really good quality decks for you guys to play while you're farming up those wild cards. So download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant today. It's in the description below. Big shout out to our other sponsor as well, Great Viking Games, in which you can download, or sorry, you can buy Magic the Gathering Arena codes at a decent price with instant email delivery right into your game inbox, and then you throw it into the store, you know, redeem it, whatever, and get cool sleeves, and that helps support me as well. Maybe not the greatest call to action yet. I'm going to get better at those. But yeah, today we're playing with these cool metal sleeves, I guess, and that's great. So check those out as well. Okay, so now with you know, all those call to actions out of the way, and I'm sure you've already liked, commented, subscribed, shared the channel to all of your friends, and you know, we are doing the $10 giveaway every live video as well. So if you're here during the live and it gets to 100 likes, we'll give away that $10 gift card to you, which is fun. So like and comment to get in on that. You know, before we lose any more track, I got to get into the deck list. We're spacing out today. We're not even out into the outro here. So starting out with our deck list finally. Negate. 2 copies of this. Instant speed, counter target non-creature spell. You know, this is in the deck to stop Huginn, basically. That's really one of the only things that stops us from winning games. Huginn, maybe a Ruinous Ultimatum, Ondu Inversion, some massive wipe that doesn't only hit creatures, but it hits all of our non-land permanents, and Negate's just going to stop that. Easy as that. A single copy of the Smashing at sorcery speed for 2+X, dealing X damage divided as we choose among up to 2 creatures and or planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, double that damage. A little bit of removal, and because we do have a 3-color deck, it's nice to have that land of each color available. Moving on to our 3-drops now, we do have 4 copies of the Raven's Warning. A Saga, when it enters play, create a 1/1 blue bird creature token. With flying, you gain 2 life. Yup. Next up on your upcoming draw step, you'll be able to, whenever 1 or more creatures you control with flying deals combat damage to a player this turn, look at that player's hand and draw a card. This is great. The draw is perfect. Getting Foresight on their hand is even better. And finally, you may put a card you own from outside the game on top of your library. We're going to talk about the sideboard later on, but for now, you know, just know that the Raven's Warning is one of your highest priority cards in your draw hand to get into play as soon as possible and really flex on your opponent, because through Foresight of their hand, even if they're, you know, hiding from us, we get to know what's going on, and then we get to address it with the most suitable answer from our sideboard, and that should win us the majority of games. 3 copies of Bonecrusher Giant, a 4/3, and whenever it's the target of a spell, it will deal 2 damage to that spell's controller. Stomp at instant speed for 2 adds the adventure. It can't be prevented, combat damage. Damage in general can't be prevented this turn, and Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. My lord, you guys. This is great, like I talked about earlier, because it's a non-creature and creature all in one card, which just gains us general card advantage. The same goes for our Brazen Borrower's Petty Theft. Flash flying, 3/1, can only block other flyers. As the Borrower, the Petty Theft at instant speed can return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. We actually had a little bit of a slip up with this today. Faceless Haven is still a land. Crawling Barrens is still a land. HGG forgot. But it's a really good laugh and a great match nonetheless. Moving on, we do have 2 copies of Midnight Clock. Artifact, we can tap it to add a blue. We can pay 3 to put an hour counter on it, and every upkeep, yours and your opponent's, you will put an hour counter on it as well. Once there's 12, you will exile it, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, and then draw 7. 3 copies of the God of Worthy and the Protector's Shield. The Shield is my go-to here. The God of Worthy is good in situations where your opponent is playing Snowlands, because it's a 2/3 with flying and vigilance. Snowlands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Non-creature spells your opponents cast with converted mana 4 or greater cost 2 more to cast, which is actually quite nice as well. But more importantly is the Protector's Shield, for me at least, in this deck. If a source an opponent controls would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent 1 of that damage. And whenever you or another permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, counter that spell unless its controller pays 1. This has saved us so many times. It's amazing. One note is the Questing Beast still gets through it. You know, Bonecrusher Giant Stomp damage can't be prevented this turn, can still get through it. If they stomp you before anything and then attack, that damage will still go through unmitigated. People are going to have to catch on to that, though. Moving on, we do have our 4-drops up next. 2 copies of Narset of the Ancient Way. 4 Loyalty Planeswalker, +1, gain 2 life, and add a Jeskai mana to your pool. Spend this only to cast a non-creature spell. -2, draw a card, then you may discard a card. When you discard a non-land card this way, Narset will deal damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to target creature or planeswalker. And most importantly, -6, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a non-creature spell. This emblem deals 2 damage to any target, basically allowing you to win the game in a very short period of time because of all the spells that we're casting. 3 copies of... I was going to call it Narset of Thought. Whirlwind of Thought. I don't know where my head's at today. This is an enchantment for 4 mana. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. We talked about the importance of card advantage within control decks, and this is really going to help us achieve it. Into our 5-drops now. 2 copies of Graven Lore, Snow Instant. Scry X, where X is the amount of snow spent to cast the spell, then draw 3 cards. 2 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death, another saga. When it enters play, exile target permanent and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. Next up, non-creature spells your opponent casts cost 2 more to cast until your next turn, taxing them a little bit. And then finally, return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield and put a +1/+1 counter or a loyalty counter on it, depending. 4 copies of Doomskar, sorcery speed, destroy all creatures. We can make it a little bit cheaper to cast as a 3-drop through the Foretell, which is quite nice, exiling it face down for 2 mana. Into our 6-drops now and higher, we do have 3 copies of Shark Typhoon, an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's converted mana cost, cycling for 2+X. And whenever you cycle Shark Typhoon, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying. 2 copies of Emeria's Call for 7 to create 2 4/4 angels. All of our other non-angel creatures gain indestructible until our next turn. And of course, we do have the Shattered Skyclave coming in tapped unless we pay 3 life, adding a plains to our pool. 4 snow plains, 4 snow islands, a snow mountain, 3 Hengegate Mythic pathways, a Temple of Enlightenment or 2, 3 Riverglide Lava Guide pathways, 2 Temple of Epiphanies, 3 Needle Verge, Pillar Verge pathways, and 4 Raugrin Triomes. That's the deck list. Let's break down the sideboard now. We have an additional negate in case we need to find it on a hurry. We have a Spyglass, artifact for 2. When it enters the battlefield, look at opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. You know, we talked about how we need to shut down our opponent's removal on our field. Maybe we just shut down Huginn in general. That's a great way to do it through the Spyglass. We also have a Weathered Runestone, shutting down any recursion, an artifact for 2 as well. Non-permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards and libraries. You know, take note that that will affect our Elspeth Conquers Death, but not really that big of a deal as long as we're shutting down a recursion deck. We have Jace, the Mirror Mage, in here just for fun, you know, not really a requirement. It's a 4 Loyalty Planeswalker. Kick it for an extra 2, total of 5. When it enters the battlefield, if you kick it, create a token copy that's starting loyalty is 1, which is pretty cool. And then +1 is scry 2, 0. Draw a card, then reveal it. Remove number of loyalty counters from Jace equal to that card's converted mana cost. You know, it's just a little bit of consistency for us early game if we need. Shatter the Sky, sorcery speed for 4. Destroy all creatures. Any player who controlled a creature with power 4 or greater gets to draw. Teferi, Master of Time. 4-drop, 3 loyalty. You can cast his abilities on each opponent's turn, which is really cool at instant speed. +1, draw a card, then discard a card. -3, target creature you control phases out. And then finally, take 2 extra turns after this one, which is really nice. Something more relevant is the Cosmos Elixir for 4 as an artifact. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if your life total is greater than your starting. Otherwise, you gain 2 life. A single copy of Chandra, Heart of Fire, 5 loyalty, +1, discard your hand, then look at the top 3 cards of your library through exiling them. Until your next turn, you may play cards exiled this way, which is really cool. Finally, Chandra, Heart of Fire deals 2 damage to any target. and -9 searcher, library, and graveyard for any number of red instances and sorceries. This doesn't really matter. We're not doing that at all. You know, then you gain a bunch of mana and you can cast them. Whatever. What we do care about, though, is the All-Around's Epiphany for 7 sorcery speed to create 2 1/1 blue bird creature tokens with flying. Take an extra turn after this one, exiling All-Around's Epiphany. This is our main pull from our sideboard if we're not playing defensively. Of course, we do have Kyora Best, the Sea God, another Saga, create an 8/8 with Hexproof, tap all non-land permanents. They don't untap, gain control of one of the target non-land permanents your opponents control, untap it. Woof. Huginn of our own, 7 loyalty for 8 mana, +2, 3 damage to any target, -X, exiling each permanent with converted mana cost X or less that's 1 or more colors, -10, draw 7 cards, gain 7 life, then put 7 permanents from your hand into play. And Heliod's Intervention for 2+X, instant speed. Choose 1, destroy X artifacts and or enchantments, and destroy target player gains twice X life. Oh my gosh, you guys. So it's a long deck list. There's lots going on here. The sideboard is accessed through Raven's Warning, and we really are looking to grab All-Around's Epiphany, right? This is our main get. If we need life, sure, the Elixir's fine. If we need to shut down our opponents, you know, whether it's the Spyglass or Runestone and Negate, that's a possibility as well. Of course, we do have Midnight Clock, which can cycle the Raven's Warning from our graveyard back into our library. That's why we've got all these extra things in here, like Teferi, like Jace, in case we do get lucky to keep coming back over and over and over again, right? So that's the deck list. We talked a little bit about our overall plan before we got into it. To recap, we want to make the games last as long as possible. We want to gain virtual card advantage through 2-for-1 removal. This could be the Smashing, this could be Doomskar, stuff like this. We want, you know, also advantage, you know, potentially through Narset's removal. That's not quite 2-for-1, but you do gain advantage this way. The adventure creatures gain you advantage. Playing any non-creature on top of Whirlwind is going to gain you that card advantage as well. Graven Lore is a massive draw/card advantage at instant speed if you can get away with it. Hold up a Negate, a Brazen Borrower, a Bonecrusher Giant. You don't need to use it. Now you Graven Lore, fill your hand. Awesome. Stuff like this, right? So gain card advantage while trying to oppress your opponent. Fill up the field if you need. Keep bouncing stuff and removing stuff, destroying it all, exiling it, whatever it takes to survive, right? Get into that turn 6, get into that turn 7, where you can start casting All-Around's Epiphany from your sideboard with the Raven's Warning, right? So you'll see this operate more effectively in the gameplay footage rather than theory here. It may seem a little bit overwhelming, but you just gain advantage. That's all that's happening here. Try to get Whirlwind of Thought out as soon as possible. Obviously, your draw hands want to have stuff like Doomskar in it, because in best of 1, there's a good chance you're playing against an aggro deck. So if you can start the match, you know, with a turn 3 wipe, it's probably going to end out pretty well for you. And there's lots of other interaction to help you succeed after that. Thank you all for your time and attention. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, support the channel financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, our Amazon links through Grey Viking Games. You know the whole shebang. We have a 500,000 gem giveaway, free cash prize monthly tournaments, Brawl and Artisan, 100 one-on-one coaching sessions with myself that comes with USD cash as well. Lots of things going on, so join the Discord for all of that. Thank you for your time and attention. Enjoy the gameplay footage I have for you guys today, and I'll see you soon with our wrap-up thoughts. Playing first is great. Triome in hand, even better. Doomskar available if it's an aggro deck. Almost perfect. Draw engine on the top and getting better with a little bit of removal. Let's see how that plays out for us. Mono green could be a little bit aggressive for us. Right. We need to make that work. Let's take the scry. Try to find another. I know, right? Looking for another Doomskar. We need more removal. It's not enough. We want to dump it on turn 4 so we can play this turn 5. But, I mean, we can't take that beat down forever. You know what I mean? So So we play on 4. And we do have removal on 5 as well. Draw for 6. Field on 7. I guess this takes them away from the henge. It's not a great play, but it is a play. 3 cards in hand. Shambler, fine. Let's just get the warning out and about. I think smashing is good as well to hold on to. The bodies are great, but I don't know how I feel about that. Let the cat through. Come on, Zimba. Right in my face. You know, it's a hard decision whether we want to smash or what. I guess the flyers are probably better. And then I'll play off this other screen next. I can't see the cats in the way. Oh, you're not allowed up there is the thing, bro. Sit on my lap and turn. Cats! There's always cats! There, he knows. So they're going to make a troll with trample here on our end step. You know, that's not bad. That's a play for sure, right? We don't have to worry about their ramp as much anymore, that means. Straight up Blizzard Brawl. Well, that's good too. That's a big hit, right? We're at 18 though, at least. Let's just kill the Shambler. More lands, not a bad thing. We have 7 mana. We could make the Angels, right? I think that's probably our best play. Yeah. That keeps us alive for the turn. And we get into our sideboard. We've got the draw to pick it out. Or we just play a creature, draw it naturally, and then draw. Oh, wow. So they're putting counters across the board. That's a good play for them. Let's take 4, kill the troll. Oh, Whirlwind of Thought. Oh my gosh. I mean, you know what I want to do, right? We don't have the land for Huginn. Let's just play our line out. We have 2 blockers, 8 life. We should be fine, right? Epiphany off the top. Graven Lore, extra turns with the Whirlwind in play. It should be enough for us to kind of run away with it. I mean, we could have taken a Shatter. There's lots of awkward things we could have taken from the sideboard there that would have been good, but none of them are permanent answers. They're all kind of situational. Even if they had a, you know, a Gem Raiser, the Sea God's not as great. You know what I mean? So I think All Run's Epiphany is safe. Huginn would have been our next bet, if not a Shatter. Let's see how they interact with it. I mean, they could even have a Gem Razor here. It becomes, what, a 7/7? And they kill our Whirlwind? That would be terrible. Not good news. Not what we want to see. Struck Beast in play. Okay, sure. Let's just trade, sure. Double turn it. Draw a card. Oh, Triome, love it. Sure, why not? We can take our hit because we have another turn. The warning. Interesting. That actually opens up our Graven Lore again, which is relatively interesting. No attacks. End our turn. I want to play as defensively as we can. Right? What if they had removal? Or, like, trample or something, right? Oh. Doomskar off the top's nice. Land goes. 2 land off the top with a negate. Let's just kill the tokens. Angel's still up. Lovestruck Beast is now a dead card because we have flyers. Land in play. We do have negate open, which is great. Let's keep the Raven back. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a Raven, just a creature with flying. Angel fills that role here. Draw a card. What's in your hand? Oh, it's a forest. Okay. All right, let's foretell this to the side. Negate's open. Graven Lore is at the ready as well. Graven Lore goes out. That wins us the game, I'm sure of it. Yep, those are great cards. We actually get into our sideboard here as well. Putting it on top. All runs Epiphany again, right? Nice. Our opponent plays first with Luris. Has to be rogues. It doesn't please me. But it is what it is. Yeah, Saltai Triome, really cool, bro. We have our Raugrin Triome. Rune Crab. Original. Original. It's annoying and I hate it. Really? You know, one wouldn't be a good rogue matchup unless they played 2 crabs. The first 2 cards. Absolutely ridiculous. It's annoying and I hate it. Let's see how we make through it. I believe. Hey, it wasn't a Fable Passage, right? We're gonna be okay. So just off of these two filthy creatures and lands, we're already halfway through our library. This might save us, but they've got counter magic. They've got stuff that I hate. So let's try to pull it out first. How can I get this midnight clock out without it being countered? How can I do it? The correct answer is you can't. Let's play our draw engine. They're going to counter this, right? We know they've got counter magic up. So let's play a card that they shouldn't counter. And they don't. It's almost like they're listening. Wow. 2 Thought Thieves after their 2 Rune Crabs. What? I have no words, ladies and gentlemen. It's annoying and I hate it. Clock and play. It's our only hope. Raven's Warning out. You know, the draw's not good. We're down to 27. Just hit home. They could death touch us. I have no doubt in it. Maybe we can push them to their limit, health-wise as well. Down to 10. Ooh! Can't stand playing against this deck. What? Why don't you play 3rd Crab too, bro? Maybe a 4th Thought Thief. No words. No words. Wow. It's laughable, isn't it? Like, this is a complete joke. Oh my god. 5 life, 15 cards. This is still a match somehow. Even with our clock, it's not gonna do it. I hate this. And no wipe, you know what I mean? So it's been blasted out of our... We have 1 left, 1 Doomskar left. We have 6, 7 mana. No, that doesn't work. I mean, we could just try to draw it. No. No. We can't even draw it. Good game. Rogues, rogues, rogues. Still doing your thing, I see. We go first. Sure, great. Land is, you know, not good, though. So we can keep this. Looks better. Toss Elspeth. It's too heavy. We're playing slow. Let's pretend we're a rogue deck. No, all in good fun. Mono red coming our way. Goblin Arsonist. Interesting. I'll play slow. We don't really have anything. We need a wipe. Where's Graven Lore? Or not Graven Lore, sorry. Where is Doomskar? I can't even figure out the right card name. We might cycle the Shark for 1. I think that's a good play here. Unless we can ramp into it with Narset. Non-creature spell, that would work. I'm going to negate this, just so we deal with the creature as well. Mono Red's not going to have too many things for us to actually have to deal with. So the fact that we can get rid of that giant as well is good. Because we don't have Doomskar. Yet. Oh, weaponizes? Okay. There it is. So as long as Narset can survive, that's the goal here. They have 2 mana up. So they stomp it. For 2, we go down to 3. They attack it. It goes down to 2. And then they just, yeah, so they can actually kill it. Let's gain our life. You know, that's a key component too. And we also have Elspeth Conquers Death just to bring it back later. It's our best play here.
To open the mind, you must first open the heart.
Having the ramp available in Jeskai colors is really nice. 3 cards in hand. Like I said, Narset's at 5. They attack it for 1. They sack it for an additional 3. Right, that's 4 total. And they could stomp it here or, you know, deal with it. They are roping us, and, you know, I'm fine with that. Right, maybe they see our hand. They know that no matter what they do, this match is out of time. We're at 20 life. They're down in cards. Here's the stomp that we talked about. Now, do they play it? No, they just frostbite. Okay, nice. Even better for them. So we are in relative danger. I really want to just shield out, you know what I mean? That reduces their damage output substantially. The Arsonist now does nothing, right? Completely nullified. The Bonecrusher Giant hits for 3 damage now. It is quite interesting how powerful this shield is. So he's just take 3 damage there instead of 5. Nice, right? Land off the top. Don't mind if I do, Hugh. Don't mind if I do. I think we pass our turn. And we use Graven Lore on end step. We could cycle the shark for 3. Trade with the giant. I don't think that's relevant. They could be Ember cleaving us. Burn Bright. Creatures you control get plus. Okay. That's a thing. All of these are very, very good. Right? We gotta keep those. 7 damage there, though. That's uncomfortable. Let's just clean it up, and then they're down to 1 card. Right? 9 life left. We gain 2 life with the warning. We can hard cast Shark Typhoon, I think, and that'll win us the game too, probably. So we just straight up counter that, which is great because they didn't have the mana for it. And then we negate the damage of the other one. That's what I'm talking about. This Protector Shield is so good. They're reading it now. They're like, what is happening? I love the shield. The shield shall protect you from thy aggro decks. I say let's just double warning. Get that life up. Right? A little bit of an extreme weather warning coming in. We will look at your hand and draw a card with one Raven. The other blocks. It'd be cool. Oh, actually, no. That one Raven will trigger both of them. Yeah. Which is actually very nice. Just so weaponize the monsters and lands. This game's over. We're ready to go to our sideboard. Right? Uh-oh. Shark Typhoon in play. You know, I mean, what do you do against this board? It's a lot of land. Unos. Dos. Seven. Yeah, we just have to draw them. Get the shark. We can toss the lands. All runs in hand. Just toss those over to the edge. Safekeeping. Birds defend against haste. Let's be smart about this. Alongside the shark. There's no need to be hasty. It's extreme weather warning, not actually already happening. So Epiphany goes out. You know, we make a 7/7 shark. Gross, right? Triome and play, sure. Take our hit. This is like super duper lethal. Auron goes out again. Another shark. And we take our hit. Easy. Not so bad, I think, right? If you can actually take the epiphanies from your sideboard and make sure that they're stacked up so you do have, you know, those 3 turns all in a row, it really makes a difference rather than trying to find them randomly from your deck willy-nilly. Going first is always ideal, right? That's how you know it's going to be a good, fair match when you get to play first. Excuse me. Spoke my mind for a second. Double Dooms? What if it's a control deck? There's no need for 2 of them. Come on. Come on, HGG. Watch it be a mono green deck. No! So it looks like they're playing slow. I don't want to pay life against a red deck, so the land can come in first. Playing slow's not that bad for us. Raven's Warning is nice. They're going to blast the bird, I'm sure, though. But it limps us along to that Doomskar. Oh, Boros. Okay. Plot thickens. Let's let them have it for a turn, you know what I mean? Get our clock in play. Set us up for the future. We're really trying to hedge our results. Oh, nice. It's a big hit. Land off the top. Maybe we should have paid for it. Let's grab our life. They have to fry the bird, and even then, you know, we go down to 11 probably. I'll just chump block here. I mean, the draw is nice. Fervent Champion. Interesting. The plot thickens. Another maul on the champion. Okay. You're getting a little ahead of yourself here. We need another white source off the top immediately. And if we don't get it, we need it from the bird, so no blocks. Down to 8. It sucks. Oh, and we did get it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're still gonna take the hit and the draw. Two Luminarch Aspirants. We're safe from haste. Which they can double drop them. I want to play the Shark Typhoon and then do shenanigans, but, you know, whatever. We took the risk in case we didn't get the planes. We did get the planes, and we were rewarded for taking that leap of faith on another Doomskar. Let's see if they double drop here. They do, and that's going to be a scoop. Right, we get to go to our sideboard. Should we take Cosmos Elixir just for the life gain? Thanks. If they don't have a creature here, it's probably game. Land and play. Could be a Scalds, right? They could fire right back up. Cosmos Elixir goes down. Gaining us some life. Negate is open. Bonecrusher is open. Petty Theft is open. We're gaining life. Midnight Clock will cycle soon. We're going to get a Shark Typhoon in play before it does. I think we're safe. Stomp goes in. Just getting it out of our hand. Midnight Clock pops soon is the reason. Ooh, losing Graven Lore sucks, but... Shark Typhoon in play. 10 life, we should be safe. Going to 12 here as well because of the Elixir. I think that's game. Clock cycles, you know... Both of those Doomskars go back into our library. The Raven's Warning as well. The Midnight Clock and Raven Warning combo is really nice. Like, being able to replay Raven's Warning more than 4 times is like, oh my gosh. Oh, there it is again, too. Perfect. I mean, we could go in with our Whirlwind. I don't want to draw too many cards, though, is the thing. Play it nice and safe, please. Back up to 16. Fervent Champion can equip both of the mauls for free. Well, not free, actually. It would still cost the 2 white. So it would cost a 4 of total. They can only do 1 of them because they only have 3 white. But the cost reduction is still cool. It's just a heavy re-equip for 4. Very expensive. We have the Raven and the Shark. And, you know, we're gaining life. And they have another. So they do get the double. One from the play. The other from the re-equip. Holy maul, Batman. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward block. No trample. Shark attacks, draws the card. And Embercleave. You know what card we're going to have to keep open for that? Right? Stuff to do, you say. Stuff to do. 7 available mana. Let's get that Whirlwind in play. Or for Shark, why not? In our turn, 18 life. They're going to need more than an Ember Cleave. Well, I mean, it certainly helps. Let's give them a nice... At this point, you turn up the metal music. They're going to go for it. 3 Maul of the Skyclaves and an Ember Cleave. Right? They have to put trample on it now. Sure. Let's make ourselves a shark. Draw ourselves a card. Bounce that little champion back to the hand. This is Jeskai control. Can't do stuff to us. We do stuff to you. That's a lot of equipment. Whoop. Let's take that. That can go in play. Let's take our hit. Why not, right? Lord knows we have enough life. We're going to make a 5/5 shark when we exile Embercleave. And then we're taking double turns, right? Good game. They have realized their fate. Back up to 20 life. Our starting total, right where we belong. The deck feels, you know, like really nice. Every match we play, it just seems like, you know, Raven's Warning into the sideboard, pull your answer. Sorry. I mean, you can get beat. We got to get lucky with the Doomskars as well, right? I'm thinking maybe a couple more wipes in the sideboard could be nice. Going first. All right, do you guys feel like that too when you get that pops up on your screen? You go first. It's just like a sigh of relief. All is well within the world of Kaldheim. Entering tapped. Did I mention these new sleeves, you guys? Check it out. We have many cosmetics available for sale within the Grey Viking Games link in my link tree. Check it out. Maybe you'll find something that catches your eye. The prices are relatively competitive, cheap, not unreasonable, far cheaper than they would be if you were buying the paper products for the codes. And the delivery's immediate, right to your email instantly, which is sick, right? Let's get that Raven in play, right? We can block with this Rimrock Knight. We gain 2 life against the mono red deck. Raven's Warning, you guys. I'm telling you, this is the card. This is the card that's going to make control great again. Esper control, Bant control, Jeskai control. It's a lot of really nice options for us. They're letting that sink in. That we can immediately just grab removal. And we already have 2 copies. And more grab. And a little bit of interruption. Feeling good. What if we no block it? Hey, oh my gosh. Take our draw. We see their hand. Is there a Torbrand? No. There's that Goldspan Dragon, though. And they're going to Rimrock Knight on the Goldspan Dragon. Okay. Let's clean it up. 2 tokens, eh? We need another land. Did they double drop Rimrock Knight? Did they push one up and then drop one of them? I think that's what they do. They'll use one here. Right? Then they are still using 3 mana this turn. Oh, they do to both of them, and then they play one. Okay, we need to land off the top. Unless we have a Shatter in here, don't we? Oh shit, we can't draw that. Well, I guess the Shatter does help later. Maybe we shouldn't have drawn that Shatter. I keep thinking it goes into our hand for some reason. It has haste is the annoying thing. And we only have one blue source, so we couldn't do them both. They didn't draw the land, this means. The 9. Still not feeling very good about this. Ooh, and they get haste. Nice. So many wipes. They cannot be pleased about that. Petty Theft is open if it is the dragon. No. Warning and play. Gain some life. Hold up Petty Theft. Pull out the Frostbite. Getting to our sideboard again will be nice. Okay. We just bounce it immediately. Interesting. If it's an Embercleave, we're still safe. Six mana. What are we grabbing from our sideboard for 6 mana? They could potentially kill us here if they have the right hand. 2 Bonecrushers. Bonecrusher Shock. And then they have also that Haven. They don't use it. We take the dragon. We can block something. Sorry for taking a long time. This is a little bit of a decision. Haven comes out, sure. Oh! Non-land! It's still a land. Feels bad. And our blockers are already declared, so we can't reblock. We just lose. Good game. We lost that. That was our fault, 100%. I'm sorry! It's still a land. Borrower is non-land. Ooh, skis. And the comments go wild. Hey, did you guys know that you can't petty theft Faceless Haven? Oh my, lantern, 2 lands. You know, this is looking not great. We do have that little bit of ramp and a scry to find our 3rd, if we can hopefully get there. Play our shield, help protect us from aggro. Try to leave on a high note. Let's fry this thing. Alright, because if they gain indestructible protection through their next drop, then we're just kind of hooped. Daxos, that's fine. Looking for more land, really. I mean, the Bonecrusher's good. Doomskar's better. As soon as they spend a mana, we bounce Daxos. Oof. Okay. They could play a land, replay it. Where's that other stomp we just bought him? Do you know what I mean? Wow, I can't believe we don't find it. Clock goes out. We need a wipe. I guess we can block up the field. Maybe. Right to a Skyclave. Good God. Up to 23. We can kill it though, right? We could use Narset to kill it. Do the minus ability. Take our draw. Discard this. Hit the speaker. Okay. Not that bad. Looking good. Narset's in play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Shark Typhoon. Are they running enchantment hate? Probably not. I want to say they're not. Banishing light. So we are not playing this. We're not hardcasting this. That's the only signal we need. Right? They're not playing with Snowlands, so we may as well play the shield. If a source an opponent control would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent one of that damage whenever you or another permanent you control. Whenever you or another permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell unless they pay 1. So we're preventing 1 damage, and we're preventing anything they cast unless they pay 1. So all of their spells cost an additional 1, which is really cool. Like, this shield shuts down a lot, as I'm sure you've seen previously in the video. Daxos in play, sure. Savior in play, super annoying. They sack the Savior. We lose our Giant because there's no target. Still gets rid of it. What? They want it to die so they gain the life. It would have died anyways, though, with the sacrifice. I'll take it. I'll take it. Right? This is like playing against us last match. Oh, we're funny, right? We're having fun here. So remember, we cycle this into our hand. Lance, not the greatest. We would make a bit of a shark. What if we just fold out? Because they're gonna be like, I'm gonna get them all. But if we're putting out more damage than they are, that's good, right? Keep in mind, we do reduce their damage output again through the shield. The clock's gonna pop soon. We're halfway there. Maybe this pulls out their other banishing lights on the Giants as well, and then we feel safer with Shark Typhoon. Okay, that is annoying. We need Elspeth Conquers Death. I'll still double block the heck out of it. Roger that. Do they have tricks? No, because we counter it for with our shield. And we negate the damage that they do as well, so it really only puts out 2 damage. Doesn't even kill 1 Giant. Gulp. Yeah. It's a tricky deck to play. It's a tricky deck to play against. There's a lot of things to keep in mind. We're going to get scooped on, so let's give the hearts, because we got to send them on their way with love. I love this deck. Woof. So, it worked better than I thought it would. This is version 1 of Jeskai Control. I like it. I am in love with Raven's Warning. I think Raven's Warning and Whirlwind of Thought are an amazing combination. We could maybe fine-tune this a little bit. Main deck some more Planeswalkers. Potentially, right? But for now, like, I'm impressed. Maybe we main duck Alrund's Epiphany. Who knows? All I know is that I like it. What do you guys like best about the deck? How would you change it? How would you improve it? What do you think's in the deck that doesn't fit? Leave me all of your comments, suggestions, thoughts, and opinions down below in the comment section. Of course, you have a few seconds left if you've not liked the video to trigger our $10 Grey Viking Games code giveaway. You know, I'll ramble on here for a bit to give you a second, but if we do get 100 likes on the live and comment as well, then I will choose one of those comments at random. Once we do hit 100 likes, boom, there you go, $10. That's every single video, you guys. So hit the bell icon so you're notified when I go live. Then you can show up, like the video, comment, and hopefully win yourself $10 up to twice a day. $20 a day we're giving away. That's no small feat. That's like $600 a month, you guys. Don't miss out. Get in on it. That's on me. Help grow your collection. I know there's a lot of free-to-play individuals on my channel and other people that want cosmetics as too. I get it. That's fine. So check out Grey Viking Games. They're a really cool sponsor that I picked up recently. Of course, we have Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant as well to download. I get a small kickback on that. And you can support financially on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube as well, or Amazon. I think I've said this before. The Deck Advisor is great, along with my free-to-play playlists. All right, you guys, that's all the time I can give you to like the video. I hope it triggered. Good luck. I hope you win. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you soon in the next video.